So, everyone, welcome to this session. My name is Void, according to your mom last night. In the previous episode,
Damn.
the
I'm gonna start like that, huh?
Gotta start like that, huh?
Oh,
in
wow.
the previous episode, the party started their investigation in the town of Greenest. After meeting with the mayor of Greenest, they they found out that there was indeed something wrong, given that the camp they had just taken recently was pretty recent. They met with their old friend Martha, and that was a good reunion. And then they started their more physical investigation through the city. So it didn't take them long to find the way they had to go, as they went to the place where they had their first big battle with Lord Lothamar. From there, they found their place down into the depths, into a what seemed to be a crypt, where they found a pretty funny book.
He was
Eh,
pretty wacky.
it was pretty wacky. It was pretty funny. That book trolled you guys. Let's just say.
We were pretty trolled. Troll
Yeah,
face.
It wasn't as
No.
it wasn't as bad as Hack or Wise, but you know.
Just a little, just a little trolling.
yeah, he's
a little
a
trolling.
little trolling. He might have
Just
done a little,
little
trolling.
trolling.
He might have done a little
Ooh.
trolling on me.
In there.
Just a little bit of trolling.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
He jests. He truly jests.
You'd really be jesting though.
Anyways,
We all have one fucking brain. So.
anyways. So,
Mhm.
you guys are
We
in front
guys?
of yeah, are in front of a dark cloudy passageway, as you guys have just been allowed to go through by the book. After each one of you said something that you guys something that the book didn't know, and you guys are now right in front of that archway. And I would like to know if anyone will do anything before going through.
Didn't we already go through the archway? Because I remember Sylvia was the last one to go through.
Yeah,
All right.
we did.
All right. Well, last chance for someone to do something.
I mean,
Nope.
no.
No one dabs.
Why
No.
does this feel like
Fine, Ruben dabs.
does this feel
There we
like
go.
final stagey kind of deal?
No, not yet. We're not. We're not.
Okay.
If we're doing. Oh, by the way, for everyone else that might be watching, this is a mini session. It's not going to be a full length session, because I had to come back from work, and that was, I work now. Funny.
Funny.
And I'm going to say this is not going to be final stage yet. If we're gonna do a final stage on a mini session, it's on the beginning. We're starting
Gaming
at the
is not your
beginning.
job.
I was just
No.
I was just wondering, so I can put my will down.
Well, Pip, if you'd like to pay me to DM.
Unfortunately, I don't have a stable income to properly pay you for DMing. The same way that I don't think you guys can pay me.
You could become a streamer.
Sucks.
Fish could become a streamer DM.
I could, but then you guys have to pay me for a good PC, and I'm already working so that I can get a better laptop.
Well, I hope you get one.
It's okay, guys. We'll go buy fish ham.
I like how Fish was like, for anyone who's watching.
I mean, in case this ever gets released on our Patreon.
Yeah. I
I'm
I
not
was wondering
running a
if you would
Patreon
share it
for this.
to like
Nobody-
Jay or something.
I mean,
Well,
you guys are
hi,
posting it on
YouTube.
your YouTube, right?
Hi
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
You too.
Anyways,
I was also asking if it was final stagey for the selection of the track, so
Oh.
Oh,
I'm hesitant
no.
to. I'm
No.
hesitant to put any tracks now.
But no, not
I-
yet.
I have no trouble because I just loop them now.
Not yet.
Okay.
Next session, though, most likely.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Unless you guys died now.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Anyways, so I need to choose who goes first.
Who goes there?
I'm
I
just
feel
gonna.
we decided.
No,
order.
it's another thing.
Ah, oh.
It's another thing. Don't worry.
Oh.
Hmm.
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 Huh.
So, as each one of you guys go into the smoke fog cloud archway, for the smoke around you is pretty thick. You almost reach your hand out and you can no longer see it. And if you guys call out for someone, no one will answer, and none of you hear anyone else, any one of you guys after you walk through. And
Mm-hmm.
eventually the darkness just the smoky darkness just swirls all around you. And Kel,
Yes.
you are walking through this dark smoky cloud, and eventually it gets really hard to walk as as it feels like you're trudging through something. And then it gets very cold, almost freezing, but you can handle it. You're someone who's been in the cold.
Kel will make sure because he is that cautious. Is everyone still here with me?
No one answers.
He starts
it's
to look around.
And it's around this time that the smoke starts to dissipate, and you start getting to get hit by something in your face. It's snowing. It's not only snowing, it's a full-on blizzard.
What is this?
And you actually end up recognizing this place as the Big Eyes.
Monkus.
And you're trudging through, like, you're going up the mountain as you're trying to reach something up there, but you keep going, like you're compelled to continue walking. You keep going, and the top of the mountain is always just as far away. And while you're walking. Nothing is going to make you stop walking, but you can do other things if you want.
This a tight knot forms in his throat. Obviously, he didn't expect this to be sooner. But as he keeps on going on, he just looks around. Anything in particular?
So while the smoky fog has dissipated, the blizzard itself is making it very hard to see. But then you catch the sight of something red, and it's very close to you. So close, you realize it's in your hands. Your hands are covered in blood.
He suddenly gasped and suddenly has a hard time breathing by watching this. What
And
is this?
as you gasp, you see blood dripping from your mouth.
He tries to cover himself as best as he can. He's gonna try to keep going.
You keep going, and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Viola,
P.
as the smoke dissipates around you, it suddenly gets very hot. And
Sweats.
you find yourself in a low angle of view, and it doesn't take you long to realize you're a child.
Oh, fuck.
And as you look around, you're in a town on fire.
Ah, cool. Shit.
Like every building you see, like signposts, carts, like either ash burning or like already like half on fire, and you suddenly hear from like a nearby house someone asking for help.
Viola's frozen for a little bit. But hearing that voice, she immediately like runs towards it.
And as you run towards the house, the voice goes away, as if the person asking for help is no longer alive. But then, from the next house over, you hear another voice calling for help.
Alright, Viola goes there.
And the same thing repeats.
No, man, she's just gonna keep doing that, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you.
Okay.
Silvio,
Yes?
as the smoke dissipates from around you, you feel warm, but it's not like a overbearing weather warm. Like you're sweating as if you just gotten out of a battle. And as the area around you shows itself, you're in the forest. It's a pretty pleasant day in a forest, or if not, for the mountains of dead bodies littering from whatever battle it was. What? I'm sorry?
Do I recognize any of the bodies?
As you look at them, yes, you recognize in a strange way. No, you've not seen those people before. Yes, you recognize them as people of the Hilltaker tribe.
Sylvia's gonna start. So Sylvia's gonna start like calling out people. Is anyone here?
Your voice just echoes into the forest, and the forest is in a strange way. Like there are no sounds of animals. It's you.
Silvio is gonna get down on one knee and he's gonna attempt to cast Speak with Nature.
Let me read Speak with Nature real quick.
I believe I actually don't have that on my skills yet, but I do. With my 10th level up, I do believe I get. Spirit. Yeah, Spirit Walker. You can commune with nature. Commune with the nature spell only as a ritual.
Speak, not spiel. We with plants.
It's commune with nature is the name of the spell.
Oh, because there is a speak with plants.
Barbarian proceeds to scream at plant.
Tell me what you know.
It's a level 5 divination, and you get it.
Yeah, at 10th level, you get the spirit walker feature. You can cast Commune with Nature spell, but only as a ritual. When you do so, a spiritual version of one of the animals you choose for a totem spirit or aspect of the beast appears to you to convey the information you seek.
So, the spirit of the animal doesn't appear outside, but you feel it inside of you. Like almost like it speaks out from you. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And
So if
what kind of knowledge do you know? Knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice. Well, what's the 3 facts?
so he was he can ask he can ask questions, correct?
Yes.
So he was going to ask, who did this?
The orcs. And
Where are they?
you.
Me. What did I do to do this? What did I do to contribute to this? I'm no murderer.
Is that a question?
No, he's talking to himself.
Hmm.
Sylvia's gonna ask, where are they going?
Like in what sense?
Are they still around? What are they? Do we know the direction they're headed in?
So you don't get a vocal response as of normal, but almost like your danger sense points you in one direction. Through the clearing that you are, there's almost like a trail of blood going through one direction.
All right. Silvio's gonna start running, following the trail of blood.
You still have one question.
He's not gonna ask the last question.
All right. So as you go through the trail, it's kind of the same. You see like orcs dead, members of the Hilltaker tribe dead. In a way, it's kind of strange seeing so many people from the Hilltaker tribe dead. Like more than probably should exist. But you continue, and it reaches a point that you start finding like hill takers that you subconsciously recognize as important people in the tribe. Like one has like an axe 3/4 into his neck. One has like a mace into his head. All of that, and then right up to the end, you see your brother impaled into a tree with Frederick's edge.
Silvio's gonna. Is he still alive? Is he dead?
No, he's gone.
Silvio doesn't know what to do, but he's gonna try and pull Frederick's edge out of his brother. Do I not have Frederick's edge with me?
It only realizes you, it only dawns on you now that you're completely unarmed. Give me a perception check.
You fucking kidding me?
A 10 is actually the 10 is enough. I forgot you had loads of perception. So as you're trying to pull Frederick's edge from, your brother's chest and the tree, you realize the trail of blood continues, and it doesn't continue for much longer. As on the next tree, you see the body of Frederick himself, also impaled into a tree with Barbarian's heavy blade.
At this point, Silvio's gonna panic and he's gonna say,
So Barbarian's heavy blade into his chest, and then Hilltaker's memento through his throat.
Silvio's gonna start panicking, and he runs up to him and he's shouting in Orc, "Ancestor, ancestor!" And he's gonna grabbing his face to he doesn't know what to do. Is there any signs of life?
No, he seems to at least be dead for a week.
And Silvio's gonna kind of collapse and hold his head in his hands.
And we will return to you. Varaxius. Varaxius? Pip?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted.
Varaxius.
Yep.
As the smoke dissipates from you,
Mm-hmm.
it starts getting cold and
Mhm.
damp, and it's a coldness and dampness that you are well too familiar, as it's the same cold of the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very stuffy, and as it completely the scenery around you completely shows itself, you are in a cave just about high as you are and just about as thick as you are.
He looks at this. He takes a deep breath. And without showing any fear, he decides to try and continue walking forward. Slowly.
Well, you start walking forwards, and you go on for God knows how much until your footsteps start getting
Start what? Onyo. Hold on. If anyone can hear me, please.
I can hear you.
I think
Yeah,
Fish
it's
cut
Fish.
off.
Fish.
Yeah, it's
Hi.
Okay,
you cut
there
off.
you are.
You cut off there with the footsteps.
Where did I cut? Hi.
You were saying that as he's moving forward, he walks for a while, and
Oh, and your footsteps start getting wet,
mm-hmm.
and with each footstep, you realize, yeah, the ground is getting wet, and it's more than getting wet. It's starting to be a puddle. More than a
Mhm.
puddle. It's already reaching your shins.
Mm-hmm.
And
So essentially, he's starting to get deeper in water.
yes, it does seem so.
Mm-hmm.
And as you keep going, from the shin, it goes up to half your lower leg, and you start to hear something from outside of this cave, as if while you're walking through a certain place,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a sound, and it's very uncommon to see to hear what seems to be like a quote unquote party in the Underdark. But you recognize this kind of party. You sneaked out to go watch one of these once, and you'd remember that experience.
Yeah.
Though it's going from all around where you are.
Hmm. At some point, Braxis stops walking forward just for a moment, just to pay attention to the sound, and looks down at the puddle of water and the tightness. And he does a deep breath. I see. And very, very carefully, he's going to start focusing, because he starts to realize that this is magic, or at least there is some sort of enchantment that they were affected by. And he has a feeling that he's not the only one going through this. So just carefully, while continuing forward, he's going to try to focus on his aura of courage. Maybe, just maybe, he doesn't have a lot of range with it, but perhaps if he focuses enough, he may be able to reach the rest of his party. Obviously, he's going to try to continue heading forward, but at the same time, he's just almost praying that that the rest of his comrades do not descend into fear.
As you're focusing on this, by focusing, you're keeping yourself quiet so you can clearly hear the sounds around you.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So the sound, like for a second, stops. And then there's a distinct sound of magic. You recognize the sound of this magic. Your magic, back when you were a necromancer. And then fear. Everyone is screaming.
So the voices that were parting are now afraid.
Yes, it stopped. Then you heard your own magic back from where you were a necromancer, and then everyone panicked.
Right. If he stops for a moment and looks around again, takes another deep breath, and continues trying to focus, not paying attention to that.
So the water around you keeps getting higher as you keep walking, but we'll get to you. Violius.
Hello.
Hello. So as the fog around you dissipates, you don't feel exactly hot or cold. You feel like a normal day. The sun bears down on you, and you realize you're in a city, a Neverwinter to be specific. But
Violius just blinks. Huh.
and you realize one thing very clearly: Never City is a Never City. Wow, Neverwinter. Never City. It's a hamlet, actually. No. Uh, as and Neverwinter is a big city, bustling with, everything a city has. This city is completely empty. Like everyone just dropped what they were doing and disappeared. Stalls are open, ready to be used, but there's no one there. Some doors are even open, but no one is going through them.
Violius is just looking around and just, tries to make sure, tries to remember that, okay, I was going through this darkness. I couldn't see shit. not even my hand, and now I'm here. Must be a spell. Though she
Well-
doesn't know what to do with this information.
Now what?
Hmm. And
What do you do?
and the rest of the party is missing.
Oh yeah, that too.
that sure is a thing.
So, what do you do?
Checks on Ruben.
Not there.
Definitely magic.
Though, here's the thing. Ruben is not there. You kind of feel like there's like a couple of strands of fur under your hat where he was.
Hmm. She gets a little concerned, but she proceeds forward because there's literally nothing else that she can do.
So, as you start walking, it's almost instantly. As you start walking, you feel like you're being watched and followed. Like you just have that overbearing feeling of eyes behind your head.
She
And-
looks back.
As you look back, like three alleyways back, you swear you could see a dark figure, like as if it was like peeking out of the alleyway, like duck into it.
She squints, and while she does really want to check that out, she proceeds forward.
So you turn your head back forwards, and
Yeah.
you see another dark figure, like again peeking from behind a stall, just duck into behind it.
She blinks, but then continues walking. What? Am I scaring of something?
Your voice just echoes into the city as you keep walking, and it just keeps happening. You look into a new place, like you look into a store, you feel like you see someone behind a counter, just like ducks under it, and you have a feeling that they're not scared. They're just watching you. Someone is watching you.
Yeah, Violius is. Violius, despite being, focused that this might not be a thing, she just. She's still a bit bothered by this.
Fair enough. Well, we'll go back to you,
Mhm.
actually, right now, because we're gonna go back to everyone else. You guys, in the scene that you stay in that for 2 whole weeks. You feel like you're in wherever you are for 2 whole weeks.
Hello, what? Fuck?
Huh?
Yes, and while by the end, we're not going to like go back to to the end. I'm just saying what would happen in the end for each one. While for Silvio and Viola, at the end, everything just goes back into fog, and you are spat out into the cold dark floor of the temple.
Mhm.
Kel,
Yeah.
by the end of your scene, you realize that you're not getting any closer to the top of the mountain, but you don't need to. You start seeing in the distance a big creature waiting for you. Varaxius,
Mm-hmm.
by the end of your scene, the voices are still in complete fear, and now it's even pain. The water is like right up to your nose.
Yep. He continues.
Violius, after those 2 weeks, or what you feel like it's 2 weeks, you don't know. There's no sun rotation. It's always midday.
Wow, what a nice Nier reference. Anyway,
I could kill you and feel nothing.
it's not an anime reference.
Still, thing I don't understand
I
is
was
anime.
about to say, does that make a difference?
It could have.
Anyways, by the end of your scene, there's like almost an earthquake. And like something massive landed. Like just like 5 blocks back from you. And you look back and you don't properly see it. You see a massive creature. And then it spreads its wings. It's a dragon. And like almost is ready to lunge at you. And you get out of your scene. With a beep.
Beep. That's
So-
my alarm.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to describe how each one of you like go through this entire thing, because nothing else other than what I've told you guys will happen during these 2 weeks.
Praxis
Well-
will continue through this tunnel. Inevitably, of course, he will every so often wonder if he should start heading back, or for some reason he might be going the wrong direction. But there are only 2 ways here, and knowing how this sort of or picturing that perhaps his friends are going on something similar, he decides to continue pushing forward. And even when the water is all the way up to his nose, he's continuing forward, thinking about all the struggles that they have done until now, and how this stupid nonsense isn't going to stop him, no matter what. Until finally, it just makes the final push and comes out of the smoke and collapses on the floor. And
Anyone else?
immediately he looks around to see if he can see anyone else.
Silvio sits in the illusion for 2 full weeks in essentially quiet contemplation before the fog starts to roll in. And as Silvio gets up almost kind of mindlessly and starts walking through the fog. And when he comes out the other side, he notices now that he's holding Frederick's edge in his hand where he wasn't holding it before, and he kind of looks at it scared and then drops it on the floor. Then sort of looks around and he's like, "Oh, what was
Silvio!
that?" Huh?
Immediately, Praxis goes up to him. Are you okay? And kind of like holding his
So-
arms.
I hate to pause the scene, but everyone will get out of the smoke at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who would like to be next?
Violius just keeps walking, but at some point she just, 2 weeks is a lot of time to be alone. She doesn't like to be alone. So maybe at some point she does try to look at whatever's looking at her, but I'm assuming they keep.
Yeah, as you go check, there's nothing there.
she doesn't like being alone. So, maybe she tries to distract herself by making a minor illusion and try to make I don't know, a bunny. Fucking Banui. Well, you're now Ruben the Second, and I'm gonna talk with you until I'm out of here. Yeah. She looks around and just keeps continuing spending the days and thinking about all that they've been through, and God, she needs a drink. And she just
And by the
Yeah.
end,
and by the end, she might be a little nervous by the end because no one is here.
yeah.
And as soon as the earthquake started, she just, oh, finally something. Oh shit.
Ah, yes, the
Oh,
sweet
fuck,
embrace
here
of
we
death.
go again.
Finally, no more will I suffer.
And then and as the dragon is like ready to pounce you, the fog like rolls back in and you get spat out.
She just lays on the ground. Oh shit, here we go.
Violius. Next.
Viola?
So you said it was just like an endless thing, right?
Yeah, it's an endless thing. You go up to a house that someone is asking in pain, like is asking for help. As you get closer, the voice just dies out as if the person died, and you hear a new voice.
What would happen if she actually went into one of those houses or attempted to?
So you go into a house, like into the house,
Mm-hmm.
and inside of the house, it's imagine a normal house completely consumed in flames. There's
Yeah.
a dead person there.
Who is it?
So it's much like how it was with Silvio. You don't recognize that person, but you know them as someone, and that someone is people from your village way back. And it wasn't like your village wasn't the best kind of village, but so you hanged out maybe like with one or two people. You had some here and there, probably some good memories, right?
Stockholm syndrome, indeed.
Yes, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All of those people that you see dead, like you feel like they were those kind of people.
I see they're like someone important to me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, she freaks out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to get him to wake up. Nothing happens, right? So
Nothing
they
happens.
go to the next house and do it again, and then they go to the next house and do it again. And then she full on starts sprinting in the middle. Because she's like getting really fucking mad.
Yeah. The village just keeps on going forever.
Yeah, and that makes her realize that mayhaps like something's going on. She doesn't realize it's not real, but she's like, this isn't normal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she's thinking like, maybe all this shit of me growing up, I would fucking had like that was just a dream or something,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the real world. And so she just keeps sprinting and hoping to like get somewhere, and then that's when she gets out into the yeah.
You get spat out into the out of the fog. Kel.
Okay, hold on. Now that the fantasies stop, I can finally say this.
No, there's no.
No,
There's still
Kel
Kel.
is
There's still Kel.
missing.
No, it was a joke. Anyways, Kel.
Okay, as he keeps on going, he notices the time that has elapsed. And upon realizing that it's just been 2 weeks, he still stares every once in a while, his paw with blood and all that, but keeps on going. But then suddenly he stops, looks at his bloody paw, and just... "2 weeks? Seriously? You only put 2 weeks? I've been here months! So this is nothing! And this is not going to stop me," as he, like, now his steps are, like, stumping towards Jello. "I am not ready to be here. People are waiting for me. Jellos, you hear me?" And then he just runs towards him now, like accelerating his pace, almost tabaxi speed.
Yes, it's not that much of a speed up since you are still like knee deep in snow.
Yeah, I know, but still, yes.
And like as you like start to run towards the creature, like eventually it gets like blocked by the fog as it starts rolling in, and you get spat out into the ground on the other side of the gate.
Finally, it feels like Kel can breathe.
Guys!
That was something.
Immediately, Raxus just grabs every single one of them and pulls them into a hug. Oh my god, I've missed warmth.
Do
Good to see you too, Varexis.
do I keep my bunny minor illusion?
No.
Damn it.
Just ripped away, huh?
I like how you just no.
No.
You know what I'm really wondering is what was Ruben going through?
Yeah, Violia's like I wanted to say Violia's just takes off her hat, grabs Ruben and just, "You okay there, buddy?"
Like Ruben, you see like Ruben was like like asleep, like
Thank goodness.
Ruben was dreaming of a mountain of cheese.
What happened?
What happened?
She looks at everyone and then looks back at Ruben. I guess we all had a nightmare.
Oh, was that what it is? Well,
What?
what that was?
What?
I think I
What-
just
what-
fell asleep.
In your dream. What did you dream?
Something boring. I don't remember it.
Let's.
But she
me-
still hugs Ruben.
I think I was seeing you like die, but I know that was incorrect because that's not going to happen.
Oh.
Dude.
Right on the feels, bro.
Violet just smiles a little and hugs him. Good mouse.
All right, just to set some things clear, were you? Was every one of you in a cave, or was this a personalized thing?
I was alone. She just says, "I don't want to be alone." She then puts Ruben back and goes to the first person that's closest to her and
Right now,
hugs him.
Braxis is squeezing you.
Ah,
Again,
I
Raxus-
said she was laying on the ground.
Again, Raxus
Big.
grabbed everyone and pulled them into a hug.
Picked up.
Yeah, he has the strength for that.
Oh, I did not hear that, I guess.
But yeah,
Well,
Raxus.
everyone else?
She just hugs whatever.
Viola's just quiet.
No, I was stuck in a forest.
Raxus just blinks at that answer, then looks at Kel.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Right, alright. Personalized nightmares. What the hell? He looks back at this smoky wall.
How long have we been gone? Because I felt like I
I-
sat there for ages.
I don't know. I felt like I was walking inside a cave for several days. At some point I couldn't look at my fingers to be able to count.
You counted?
I tried.
You counted? How
Listen,
can you...
what else was I supposed to do? I think I got to 2 million ships, 2 million sheeps, and eventually I just got tired of it.
Maybe I should have counted. Because I couldn't tell how long it was passing. I was just alone there for, I guess, days? I was in a city? There was no one there?
The place felt familiar. I could at least track a little of time.
Viola?
She says nothing.
Girl,
Sylvia's gonna shake out of the hug and he's gonna go and pick up Frederick's edge.
Rexus looks concerned at Viola. Do you need a moment?
She says nothing. She seems very zoned out.
Viola's just snaps fingers in front of her.
She kind of like snaps out of it, and she looks at Violius, but she's kind of still like, you know.
Hey, it was all a dream, and we're here together.
Viola nods.
it is not real.
Viola nods.
Rexus quickly tries to
This-
find something
this-
in.
He then takes Viola's hand and squeezes it. This is real.
Viola nods and squeezes his hand.
Violius also takes her hand and squeezes. We're here together. She oddly squeezes very hard.
Viola squeezes hard
Rexus-
back.
Suddenly, Kill does a sneaky thing where he slightly pushes Violius just so she could bump on Viola. And
Violius doesn't even pay that much mind because fuck.
Rexus suddenly remember. Actually, does he still have that? He should have that. Hold on, let me check. Is there a search function in your inventory? It would be quite nice.
No.
All right. Well, I'll just count that. He remembers that he might still have rations. Quickly checks in his bag. Oh, thank goodness they're not wet. And he just takes out like jerky, and it's like takes a piece for everyone and like gives them. Like, all right, let's just taste this and make sure it's reality. Or like shoves jerky into his mouth.
I don't need jerky.
Takes
I
out a
don't-
carrot.
I don't have dried fruits. Sorry.
I have my own. He takes a bite and check. I know this might be unnecessary, but maybe it's better to be safe. Check your items. He will check his own items to see if everything has been intact.
Rexus,
You know what?
that's-
Violius also checks all of her items.
Yeah,
Sylvia
Rexus
will-
also checks if also his items weren't wet.
Yeah, your items are not wet and they're all still there.
Silvio
Also-
throws the jerky over his shoulder and just kind of stands there.
Also, just to check, you know how when you think in a dream a long time passes, but then you wake up and it's like, huh? Does that happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's like, okay. Those weren't actual days. So at least. Okay, so at least we it wasn't an actual thing. Gods.
Seems
I
like
really
a
don't-
mess. Seems like Orathin. What was the name? Orathin?
Huh?
How do you spell Rax's master's name?
Authorin.
Otherin. Seems like Otherin really doesn't want us to get there.
Or an already incorporated security that they really like and decide to keep on. Whatever may be the case, let's just. He looks at how tired everyone is. Perhaps let's find a safer place to rest. Maybe we can find a hidden corner where we won't be stopped just to have a rest.
Violet's nods.
Silvio kind of looks around. I don't really know that I want to rest here.
Question, Fish. Is this
Hmm?
place, is the structure of this place like just a straight tunnel? Like, is it like claustrophobic to the point or
So-
not?
Well, it is tunnelish. It's not claustrophobic. It's like
Okay.
imagine being in a spacious corridor. Like it's stone. It's the only claustrophobic place about this is the same as the rest of this place. It's kind of stuffy. You guys are underground.
Right.
This is Baradoom.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's a Lord of the Rings reference. Anyways, I know, it may not be safe, but I think we need some better place to rest. And I'm not going to cross that wall back up.
Well, of course not. We can't go back now.
And Vrax is just going to try to scout the area, see if, because yes, it's a wide corridor, and there probably will be some wider areas, but you would like to at least try to find, I don't know, like a tiny corner where they could like sit down and not have anyone bother them.
Fair enough. So
A hidden corner, that is.
yeah. So you keep going, the five of you, and you end up go up to a unlocked door that leads to a wider room, and it's while it seems like the room itself is separated in two, you could probably rest on like this side of the room, as it seems like there's something on the other side of the room, like the tiles of the of the of the floor are like slightly raised, and it doesn't require a perception check to realize they are pressure plates.
Mm-hmm.
You said they're
Right.
wait, what were they? Pressure plates?
Pressure plates, yes.
Okay.
You know that thing on Minecraft?
Pressure plates?
Oh, Minecraft reference?
Quite nice Minecraft reference.
Man.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Anyways, so as soon as they get to that spot and they can find, let's just sit down. Vrax is just keeps looking over at the pressure plates, like pondering. Do you think that's a trap?
Have you ever seen a pair of pressure plates that wasn't a trap in a dungeon?
It's not a pair. It's like a like 20 or 30. In like like on the other side of the room, there's like 20 or 30 pressure plates lining the entire room.
Right. So they're like littered about.
Yes,
Mhm.
in a way that there's like no way to like walk there without stepping on pressure plates.
Right. Well, Vex is just. It could
Well,
be, but it could also be one of those things that you gotta walk on a pattern, you know?
Is there a heavy rock, like heavy rocks that Sylvia could throw?
Vraxis will like, no, don't. Let's rest first, and then we can try to check what this is.
guys, it's easy. Just take a pickaxe and we're gonna dig on the ground and take all the TNT.
Duh.
Yeah, this is actually a desert temple.
Exactly.
Me, a non-Minecraft player. Ah,
I'm gonna start bullying you because of
Well,
that.
Vraxis
Not gonna happen.
is still going to both be checking on the party, see if everyone is doing fine, and also just kind of paying attention to their surroundings. But I have this feeling that though it is just a rest, everyone is anything but rested.
I mean, yeah.
There's like awkward silence.
Aw. Everyone's in
Violis is just gonna keep looking at the pressure plates, just analyzing them.
Sylvia's gonna
Mhm.
go and sit next to Viola. He's gonna kind of look over to her, and he's got like this like kind of like dark look on his face, and says, "It felt real, didn't it?"
Viola glances at him and nods.
And Sylvia just kind of nods.
And
I
looks
think you
on.
say it like loud enough for others to hear.
I mean, he just, Sylvia isn't. He doesn't like his voice isn't booming, but he just kind of says it in like a kind of like a casual tone.
Got it. But continue, Violis. I mean,
What?
Viola.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Viola, continue.
Oh, she was just doing that. I was gonna make a joke of them like just constantly nodding at each other.
Nod.
Nods back, nods.
Yes, I agree.
Nods. Stupid little brains. Stupid brain. Fucking.
Kill is just resting
tanks.
at a Kill is just resting at a distance from the party, laying his back on the wall.
Rex is
So
just kind of looking at how everyone is acting. I am going to throw a wild theory here.
Mm-hmm.
Did this illusion make any of you feel guilty?
Sylvia doesn't respond.
Well, not me in particular. I was just nobody to talk to.
Viola also shakes her head.
Not
She
really.
like shakes her head to say no.
It did not. Yeah, it did not make her feel guilty.
Not really.
Well, it kind of, but it's like more just miserable.
If anything, it just made me just touched on a bad spot, maybe.
Scratch that. Viola's gonna like bring out her hand and do the so-so motion.
I see. Was it a lot of walking?
A lot of sitting, maybe. I didn't do much walking. At least, not after the initial arrival.
I tried to keep walking, but a while was passing and I was getting nowhere.
You never know when you're gonna get to your destiny through the snow. So I just continued.
Riella
see.
nods at what Kel says, is to say, like, she also just continued. You guys know her enough to understand. I like
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to get at, Braxius?
Nowhere in particular. I was. He looks at his hand for a moment. At some point, I realized that this was all a spell, and I was trying to focus in my energy, somehow be able to reach you. I was, I don't know, hoping that somehow, at least, me being able to focus on something allowed you guys to get through, even if just slightly easier. Yet, it doesn't sound like any of that happened. Whatever that thing was too strong.
Have it last only a limited time, though. I mean, why not just keep us there forever?
I suppose so.
Vivi kind of shrugs and is like, well, if we're gonna rest here, I suppose I'm just gonna go to sleep for now.
Is it actually going to sleep for like an hour?
I don't know, what else would you want? What else do you want me to do? I mean,
No, they
I-
didn't ask that in character.
it's like,
Nap time.
I really don't feel like we should be resting at all. I'd really just like to get on with this, but
It's just to recover our mental fortitude, but if you think we should just continue, he's going to look over at everyone else, see what they think or feel.
I'll just distract myself wondering what these things are as he walks closer to the whatever the fuck the pots.
Yeah, Violius was just analyzing them this entire time.
I guess he'll get close to Violius to get a glance of what she's seeing as well, as he's seeing this with arms crossed. So
She also has her arms crossed.
yep.
Yep.
So can I?
Both of you can give me an investigation check.
All right. I'm not good at those, but I
Funny
will
little
do
investigation check.
the funny
Fuck you!
check.
I hate it here.
Do you have luck points?
Oh right, I need to open up points. I was wondering what I was. Oh my fucking god! Today's not gonna be the day, is it?
So yeah, I think Violius and Kill are still like holding this very serious posture, but in their mind is like, I don't know shit.
Rex is going to rest for like 15 minutes, but eventually curiosity just gets the best of him. It's like, all right, let's look at this thing. And it's going to sit right next to Violius, and using one finger to focus on guidance, is going to see if he can investigate anything about this.
So what does guidance do?
It essentially gives me an extra 1d4 in any ability check that I roll, if I choose to use it, of course.
Would you like to use it?
I mean, let me first roll.
Yeah. How long does it last?
Like 1 minute.
1 minute, okay.
oh shit!
Would you like to use it?
I mean, like to really cement that I roll. I mean, okay, I will use it.
It is 1 minute.
Just because I want to laugh if I get a 25.
You get a 24.
24 is
It's a
pretty good.
24.
So with a 24, you you realize that it's very faint. It's definitely like almost it almost wore off from each one of these pressure plates, but
Mm-hmm.
some of like all of them have one symbol. Most like all of them repeat a couple of times, but all of them have a symbol. Some of them have like a skull, some of them have a bone, some of them have a flower, some of them have like a grave site, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and some of them have like dirt, just like a picture of dirt. It's like each pressure plate has something, and
Right.
you look around for a second, and you see that again, almost like completely unrecognizable on the wall. There is some writing.
Uh, can Braxis read it?
Yes, but it's not an easy read. You need to take a couple of minutes to actually get all words. It's
Okay.
not much. And even staying there for a bit, you don't get everything.
Braxis will like let the rest of the party. Wait, guys, there is something in the wall, and he's
Huh?
going to approach and try to see what he can read.
So you don't read all of it, but the words first trial just immediately like go up to you. Like continue and then nothing else, and then keep one foot on the grave and nothing else.
First trial. Keep one foot on the grave. He looks back at the uh, pleasure pressure plates.
Pleasure
If I,
plates.
Pleasure plates.
I, some of them have symbols.
The new toy.
Uh, was a 24 enough to tell how many graves there were, or were they too faint?
With a 24, you. What are you trying to get to?
Vraxus just wants to know if there are enough uh, graves to get to the other side.
With a bit of creativity, yes. Like the graves aren't. Like the gravestones aren't like in a row, but for like going like putting one foot in one grave and then like reaching your foot a couple of like two pressure plates forward and then going like
Right.
that might work. The stone, as you've been seeing, it's slightly slippery.
Vraxus is going to be paying close attention to this and think, I have a crazy idea.
Hmm?
He's like looks back at the pressure place. It says to keep one foot always on the grave. And there seem to be enough graves to get to the other side if I follow a specific pattern. Perhaps, and very carefully, he's going to try to place one foot on and the first pressure plate that he can see a grave, but unless someone wants to stop him.
Viola, instead of stopping him, she just steps back. Whoa.
Whoa.
Olivio's gonna walk up he's gonna get up from sitting and walk over, and he's gonna say, "What if maybe we could find a workaround for this? What if one of us kept a foot on one of the grave pressure plates, and then you just crossed?"
Um, that could work, but I'm hesitant to try that. The rest of the inscriptions are erased. So what if I don't know, you step on one skull and you die no matter what?
That's a
Can
good
va-
point. I wouldn't
well-
want you doing it anyway. If we were gonna do that, I would go and do it. It was my idea.
Wait, it was my idea to like what?
To step on one of the graves. If we were going to do it that way, I would go. I would have you step on the grave and then have me go. That way, if there's any ill effects, they would affect me.
Oh, okay, that idea.
Is it possible to investigate the inscription a bit further?
Yeah, but it definitely won't be an easy check. Give me roll me investigation.
Well, regardless, by now Raxus might have already stepped on the pressure plate, so
Right, one at a time. So, Violius, you only manage to decipher what Vraxius read.
Damn. Okay.
And Vraxis, as you put one foot on the grave, the pressure plate goes down. There's like a little, like a. It's not loud, but you hear it clearly. There's like a click, and then nothing happens.
well, nothing happened so far.
Wait a minute, Varaxis.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. Just a quick test. Take your foot off the pressure plate. Let me get a rock.
Raxus does that.
So this is. Let me get a rock. Are there any like big enough rocks that would weigh down the pressure plate? So he's gonna need 2 of them.
Well, you don't know how much it takes to weigh down the pressure plate.
Are there well? How heavy is Varaxis?
How heavy is Varaxius?
How
Yeah,
heavy
he
is
has-
Vraxius?
He now has splint, so he's
Yeah.
definitely heavy.
Yeah, he's. Did you put down a way for him? Actually, need to go to base Varaxius.
I mean, currently he
You
is.
put him on 154 pounds,
Okay.
and then
With the
upgraded
extra
Varaxius
equipment.
as.
like 300 or so. So
Silvio's gonna take out one of his hand axes, and he's going to hold it over the grave.
Ish.
He's gonna hold it over to the grave pressure plate and drop it on the pressure plate.
Oh,
what happened?
who left?
Oh no!
No
Fish!
fish! Fish left! No! Fish!
We gotta wait.
Hello?
Hi.
Fish! You're back!
What happened?
You
I
know.
don't know.
It's been 2 weeks, dude. Where were you?
Where were you, fish?
We just
Oh.
didn't call for 2 weeks. We missed.
Oh, I just had this strange nightmare. I was in church.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
I had this nightmare where I was in church instead of doing D&D.
I was in church and my grandfather was there.
No, no.
And I was the priest.
Don't.
And then I was in church. My grandfather's there, and I was selling ham. Anyways, so Sam, Silvio, what did you put on the pressure plate?
He put one of his hand axes on the pressure plate.
In which one? Which
On the grave one that Varaxis just stepped on.
Well, yeah, it again like so as Vraxis, as you stepped out of the pressure plate, you once again heard like a click as the pressure plate went back up. And then as you put the hand axe there, again click goes down.
Okay. Silvio's gonna take his other hand axe, and he's gonna tell everyone to stand back, and he's gonna move it over to what's the nearest pressure plate to the grave one he put it on.
There's a skull one, and there's a skull one on one side. There's a bone one on the other side.
Silvio holds the axe over the bone pressure plate, drops it, and then jumps back.
So You drop the hand axe. There's like another click, like click, click, click. The side of the wall like opens up, and then as it opens up to reveal what is clearly a trap, it closes like an internal mechanism, and you hear like something hitting into the mechanism, as if something got blocked in there.
Okay. I was making sure that's how it worked, and Sylvia's gonna take both his hand axes up and put them back on his belt. So now we know.
So as you took out the two hand axes, you see like the hitting against the inner mechanism stopped. You stopped hearing it. As you took the hand axe from the grave one, the inner mechanism like raised again. Like if the trap was activated, it would shoot normally.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sorry, I was
So
just making sure that was how it worked.
So I suppose so long as one of us holds one of the graves, it should be fine. But regardless, that just means that at least one of us will have to do this. He looks at the pressure plate grave dance.
I could kill you and feel nothing.
The DM.
Vrax like smiles, hoping that somebody at
The
least
whole-
chuckles at this.
The whole party starts doing the coffin dance.
Yeah.
Damn, Vorexis, you got the whole squad laughing.
Come on, guys, we're in grave danger here.
Okay, that's enough out of you, Paladin.
Violius just frowns.
Unhappy.
Kel feels nothing, almost like it when he was in the big eyes.
I went back.
Okay, I'm actually pretty nervous here because I don't know if stepping just on one of the grave things is gonna keep all the traps down.
All right, let me try this. Although, just out of curiosity, Vraxus will kind of measure out if it would be somewhat possible for someone with great agility or athletic skill to jump to the other side.
No.
Damn.
So someone like Kel, even like with a good run up and a good jump, probably could get halfway.
Even Viola with her champion abilities.
What does her champion ability gives her?
I have acrobat.
She can run. She can run a lot and jump a lot.
Run faster, jump higher. Man,
No,
I
it's
threw it on the ground.
no, it's easy. Sylvia just walks on the walls.
Duh.
And down smashes.
Prince of Persia's this shit.
Of course.
Violius uses big hand and just carries herself across.
And Sylvia, as he falls, he does the Prince of Persia thing of returning time with the sand.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
What the hell was that, Sylvia?
That's not how it happened.
Oh, stop it.
It's simple, really.
So-
Like, hmm?
Yeah.
So, given that Viola has a +4, +4 feet in distance would almost cover another square. It would put her right about the same as Kel's long jump.
Got it. Okay.
Like it would be a good skip, but not a total skip.
Okay. Then, yeah, Brax is gonna try. He's going to carefully step on first grave
Goes down, click.
and then try to make all the next step all the way to the next grave.
Well, so you have to like stretch your step forwards quite a bit
Yeah.
into the next grave. Click from the new pressure plate, unclick from the previous one. Still normal.
Brax is like in the middle of this other game, and he's like, you know, guys, this could actually be a fun game if it wasn't deadly. And he's going
Right.
to try the next step.
Viola, her indifferent face actually starts to look a little worried for him.
So you're going through all of this, right?
Yes, he's like going grave,
Maybe
grave,
Kel should have done that.
grave, grave, grave.
So I need you to give me a. I think it would be acrobatics.
Oh
Couldn't-
boy.
Could it be
Oh,
either
boy.
acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, your choice. Which one? Because you're doing
Athletics.
this. Yeah, you're doing this raw.
All right.
Wow, this is so
Oh.
raw. you
Raw.
guys.
Monday Night Raw.
Oh my God, this is
Okay.
so
Okay, that's
raw.
pretty good.
With an 18, you manage to make those big steps without giving in to either the weird pose and the slightly slipperiness of this floor. And you come up to the you get to the other side.
It's like, imagine like he's doing the steps like, no fear, no fear, no fear, no, one fear, no fear, no fear, and gets to the other side.
So I'm gonna.
Oh,
So as you were like getting on the last ones, you see a definitely like different pressure plate. It's like
Mhm.
it's like all the other ones, but this one, instead of having like the other symbols, it has the symbol of a door.
Oh,
The other side, there's also a door, like on the wall.
And well, he steps on that one.
On which one?
Okay, so I mean, first of all, he will get to the other side, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
And at the end, there will be the symbol of a door.
Yeah, on one of the pressure plates in the same place where you're like going through.
Uh-huh. He like looks at that one, like squints at it. There is a door one here. I don't know if I should press it.
And that's your cue to the rest to follow. He says, Kel says to the rest of the party.
Wait, we're supposed to go? What?
This
He
might be
just said-
somewhat
he-
difficult.
He just says, Kel just says,
Wait, what?
Wait, oh no, but those aren't savings. Saving throws, those are skill checks. I was like wondering if my aura of protection could somehow help, but no.
No, you're also a bit far away.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't know what Kel said.
oh, he said that, and that is your cue to follow him.
Oh, I.
Sylvia's gonna take a deep breath and he's gonna be like, "Here I go," and he's gonna try and start to do it.
All right. So, give me that acrobatics or athletics. Yeah, you pass pretty well. You're good, fam.
Here's
Kel-
the thing.
Kel is, by the way, like vigilante mode, like, but like lifeguard sort of deal, like checking
Yeah.
if somebody missteps, so he can just fucking run and capture so at every time. So, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's
so
all. That's all.
at
He's
least-
just standing there.
Okay, I was about to say, problem. I don't think Viola was paying attention.
Just make sure you step
Roll
on
for
the
recall.
graves.
Alright,
For
she's gonna
recall.
go.
Alright, so
You
You just gotta step.
so you're going to try and only step on the graves as you were told?
Yes.
Okay, give me either acrobatics or athletics. What's the sound?
Pen,
Sorry.
you're doing the leg thing or something.
Yes, I am.
Well,
Viola, remember that you have luck points.
if you would like to use them. You have 16, hold on.
16 luck points.
You have 16.
Oh yeah, I love hoarding.
Yeah, I guess I can afford.
Meanwhile, Kel is there with 0.
I guess I can spare a few.
Viola is like the guy that fell on the parking area in Monopoly.
Yeah.
Viola is definitely the
Suppose I can
Viola is definitely the RPG player that saves 99 ether, doesn't use any of them.
Yeah, that's me.
True.
That's
Same.
me.
Same. We would. Oh my god, if we played an RPG together, it would not work well.
Wow, how many will you use though?
I don't know how many do I need to use.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
Definitely more than 12.
yeah, I mean, we know that Raxius managed to do it with a 19.
Yeah.
So,
So if we do the math, it could be 6 more.
I guess I'll bring it up to 18.
with 18s. So how much would that be? So it would be 6 more. So you have 10. Yeah, with an 18, like with a stroke of luck, you almost slipped on one of them, but you managed to compose yourself, and you get through it.
Yeah, she's a little out of it. Don't
Who's
worry about her.
next?
Rex does give her like a thumbs up, like you did it.
Viola actually smiled and gives him a thumbs up.
Aw.
Who next?
Viola's just actually kind of looks concerned about this.
Oh.
Sure, she knows how to navigate through a city, but
This is not.
is
a
she
study.
is she dexterous? Who knows? Anyway, so she
Viola
just
goes back to carrier.
At some point, Rex is noticing her nervousness. Is just going to quickly shout, "Violius, in a panic, just use your magic hand. Maybe it could work."
she blinks. Oh yeah. And then she just okay. I can do this.
Suddenly Kel is behind Violius,
What?
with his arms crossed. Go.
You don't have to say that twice. And then she just goes and uses acrobatics.
He will be checking in case. How many is that?
I'll use two luck points. No, 3.
3?
3.
We have 1.
I have 1.
So with a 16, much like with Viola, you almost slipped on like one of them, but you managed to catch yourself. Like here's what happened. Like you jump, but you're like almost falling. Like you fall, but you grab your hand on another grave pressure plate. So you're just saying like one foot on one, your other hand on another one.
Twister.
I like to think that Violius in a moment just twisted her head and looked at Kel, and then there's a zoom in his face and run. And she made it through.
Anyway, she just poses. See, nothing to worry about. The great Violius Kesha II always manages to get through.
Good job.
Kel?
She poses.
Time to do the same what everyone has been doing. So, acrobatics, you said?
Or athletics.
I'm better at athletics.
Which one will be better, I wonder.
Viola should decide to be acrobatic and do some fancy. Woo!
Oh shit!
You make it look easy.
He'll just walks normally, like casually.
No,
Like you know that walking that like you like lower your body with each step, but you're just walking normally.
No. It's the Skyrim guard NPC walk where it's like sitting and suddenly he's like walking and then suddenly sits, but his butt reaches the chair. And still, almost
or
glitchy.
worse, he like gets close to the pressure plate, suddenly starts levitating a little, and go through.
and as Kel like reaches the other side, he looks at one of you and says, "Have you heard of the High Elves?"
Yeah, so Kel just arrives calmly, like a walk.
He's a cat.
Well, you're on this side now.
Well, I suppose now that we're here, should we press the door?
Everyone, give me an a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
You fucking kidding me?
What the? What was that roll? It was like in the middle.
I'm a
Viola?
professional at perception,
Yeah.
just so you know. XD.
12. Viola.
You've had worse.
Yeah, I've had negative before.
In the door, there's another engraving. And it's again like very hard to read, but you managed to. It's better than the one on the wall. And it says, "When you reach death's door, knock."
So wait. We got a knock.
All right. Who knocks?
She just takes
the
everyone.
one who
No, she takes
knocks.
everyone back. I will knock, and then she uses magic hand to knock.
So what are you knocking again?
I mean,
There's a door at the end, isn't there?
yeah.
Yes, I know.
Knock on the door.
Suddenly some fucking glasses fall on Violius and she's like, I am the one who knocks!
Shut the fuck up! I am the one who knocks.
So you knock on the door, and like the door knocks back.
What? Huh? She keeps
But
knocking.
it keeps knocking back. It's not opening.
Wait, knock on the pressure plate.
She knocks on the pressure plate.
The door opens behind you.
Ah.
As if like almost instantly.
I'm a genius.
That was my second idea. Anyway, let's go.
And that's where we're gonna leave off for today.
Shit,
Alright.
what up, everybody?
What is this boss music we're hearing?
So,
They start crossing the door. All right, that should be. Hey, does anyone hear music starting to play?
Du-du-du-du.
so
No, wait, Oh no!
Now it's time to be a big shot.
No, you just hear like ba ba ma na ma na 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 na.
So definitely should prepare preparation music and
Yes.
final boss. Got it.
Oh
says
boy!
And I will talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Alright, it was fun.
It was
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Gonna stop recording now.